Hi everyone, it's Emma from Game Changer Yoga. So we are currently walking the Camino. We're doing the Camino Masarabe, and I thought I'd just jump on and show you my little yoga cool down routine that I do after a day of hiking. So you can do this completely from the comfort of your bed, which is what makes it amazing. I know how tired we all are when we get into the albergue or hotel, and I tend to do this before I've even taken a shower. So I'm basically like shoes off, make my bed, and then just crack on. So I'll just kick off. So I'll show you the first stretch. So obviously when you're hiking, the glutes can take a pounding, especially if you are doing hills. So I like to do like a reclined, what's called a figure of eight. So crossing the left ankle over the right knee and then grabbing the hands through the right thigh. And you can like take this lying down, just very relaxed. Or if you want more, you can like lift your head, make it a little bit more intense. You can also gently push out the kind of left knee. So I quite like just to relax into this, maybe just rock side to side, especially if it's been a hard day. You just want to take things really easy. And you should just feel that stretching out in your glutes. A couple more breaths here. And then switching sides. So the left foot goes onto the bed, right ankle crosses over left knee, and just gently pushing out that right knee and feeling that stretch down the right side of the glutes. It should feel really nice. Lovely. And next I like to do a hamstring stretch. So if you're at home, you might use a yoga belt for this, but I just use like a sweater or something, or you could use your towel if you have a Trek towel with you. So just wrapping something so you've got basically a bit of material, and then popping it around one of your toes and just taking that hamstring stretch, and you can stretch out the other leg or you can keep it bent, whatever feels good. And you might like to just sort of point and flex the toe here, so you can't really see my toes under here, but just sort of pointing and flexing just to stretch out the ankles. But it's the flexion that will give you that hamstring stretch. So feeling that nice juicy hamstring stretch there. Lovely. And then switching legs. So obviously you can stay here for as long as you want, just hanging out. Like it really depends how much time you have. But I would just really encourage you to do something with the hamstrings like this, because they will get really, really tight from a day of walking. And it's just, it just feels good, doesn't it? Nice. And then the next thing I like to do, especially if I've had a heavy backpack, is just stretch out the back and also the inner thighs. This stretch can combine both. So grabbing your pillow and just popping it under the back. So what's really nice in albergues and hotels in Spain, you tend to get very long pillows, which are perfect, almost just like a yoga bolster. And then you're just going to lean back and then bringing the soles of the feet together in like a butterfly shape. And you can either just stay here, like that feels really nice on the inner thighs, or if you want a little bit more, you can kind of stretch the arms up above the head, letting the elbows fall out to the ground, taking a few deep breaths. You could also, just to show you, you can also fold that pillow twice and then let the head hang down to the bed. It just depends how much of a sort of curve you want in your back. Like personally, I find that a little bit too intense after a day. Just prefer this, like my head supported by the pillow, elbows out to the side, and just hanging out here. And again, like you could stay here for 10 minutes. If you've got the time and you're not kind of rushing out to get some food or jump in the shower, just sort of hang out like this. It's much better to do this and to be stretching than to be sort of lying in bed scrolling on your phone and hunching over again. Just let that chest open out after a day where your backpack's been weighing on your shoulders. Amazing. I could stay there all day. And then the final stretch I like to do is just really great if you've got sore feet. So you can do this on a top bunk or a bottom bunk, or just, I mean, you could just sort of lay on the floor. It's basically anywhere you've got a wall or something to put your feet on. So I'm just going to swivel round, and then you're basically literally just popping the feet up against the wall, just hanging out here. So what you might notice, especially if you've had sore feet, is they start to pulse. It can feel a little bit uncomfortable, but just take your time, chill out here, hang out as long as you like. So I'm going to sign off there.